I thought I'd do this as a live stream. I'm just doing my Serene picture from Nick Filbert. Hi Kelly. This is going to be a very quick live stream. I just thought that I might as well go live. I can't talk much because I can't see it on my screen, unfortunately. Hi guys. So at the moment, I'm just finishing off my skin. I'm doing Serene from Nick Filbert, and I'm just covering the entire area with, oh, it won't focus, light peach. So, how are you all? I'm just going to talk through what I've done and then how I'm going to continue to layer. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine, thank you. So I have gone down with my base coat of light peach. Then on top of that, I have gone with Nectar, which I've just picked out the shading areas underneath where all the shadows might be. So I need to go layering back anyway, so we might as well do it while we're on camera. So this goes into where your shadows or your light parts or wherever might hit, so you need to go from that. So we'll pick out where we think the shadows might hit the face. I was going to upload this as, you know, from the beginning, but my phone unfortunately hasn't got enough memory, so I have to go with a live stream. The weather here has actually just been raining and storming, and it's about 6 degrees, 7 degrees, but it's been very cold. So yeah, we'll pick out, I don't know if anybody's got Serene, but this book is so beautiful, but it's so scary because there's so much detail. Look. It is so detailed. It's like, how do you even start this one? So I'll start with the face because it's the only part that I'm confident with. So yeah, I'm going back over with my light peach. There's a lot of layering here. This isn't like my usual live streams because I've got no one to moderate or anything, and if anybody comes along, just completely ignore them. Hi, Christy. Yeah, I'm only live streaming for a little bit. I'm just going to quickly go through what I've done so far and another way of going with skin again. Yeah, the snow's horrible. I don't like snow. Don't like snow at all. You don't mind? Thank you, Kelly. Let me see if I can do it from my phone. Thank you. I've done it. It's just if anyone comes along that's a bit of a nuisance. So, what was I saying? Yeah, we're going to go from what we've already done and keep layering up till we've got some sort of skin tone going. So we're going to go with, hi guys, hi everyone joining. It's a very impromptu one, so I don't expect like many to be here, but that's fine. Right, so far I have used, this is what I'm going to go through so that I'm not confusing anyone. I've started off with light peach. I go into the shaded areas with Nectar. You get with henna into the same areas as what you've done Nectar. You start adding with your shadows espresso and layering on top with light peach. I am going to do it again so that you can see what I've done, because I add layers anyway. So I have gone with, I'm going to go back to my Nectar and pick out again where the shadows might be, and then you just keep layering up. I know there's some amazing skin tutorials out there at the moment, and I haven't actually looked at them. I haven't had the time to, but I know there's a few people putting up some amazing tutorials. And as I was saying to people before, I don't actually do a tutorial. I more just do how I colour things, because I'm just like a beginner. I'm not an expert or anything. So I just do how I would colour it. Elizabeth, I write them down in a little notebook, but because I've done it quite a few times now, I remember them. Hi Zoe, how are you? So, hi Alicia. It's very, very last minute. I was just telling the other ladies, like I'm just showing what I've done so far on the Serene picture, and seeing how this is going to go. Thanks, Kelly. I still class myself as a beginner because there's so many amazing colorists out there. So that was with henna. Now, the great one, I always find it's really good, is espresso. And espresso will pick out all your shadows without, being too heavy and too bulky. So you can go under where, shadow might hit the face from these various, I don't even know what half these things are. I'll have to work it out as I go along. Happy New Year, guys, to all of you. I'll say it now. I'll probably pop a post up as well. Thank you. That's really sweet of you. But honestly, I really do class myself as one. Have you seen the lovely Chris Cheng over on YouTube, her latest stuff? I mean, I haven't watched them yet, but I've seen the thumbnails, and it's just like, how does she do it? Thanks, Alicia. I'm just trying to darken it up a little bit. I know, Caitlin. I mean, I've not, as I said, I've not watched her latest stuff. But the thumbnails, I mean, that talent. Hiya. Bless you. That's so nice to say, Kelly. Okay, so speed colouring, I was thinking about doing one of those, but it's so much time editing. It takes a long time to do one of those videos. It's a long time. So I'm going to go back over with light peach and just buff in on what you've just done. I find out of all faces to do, side profile faces are a lot harder, because I find when you've got a face on, it's a lot easier because you can pick out from like your own profile. I think looking at someone's side of the face is always hard to determine where light and dark hits. So gosh, these sort of faces do take me a little while. Is anyone going out this evening for New Year? I'm really boring. I stay home. To me, my perfect night is box sets, reading, colouring, and cups of tea. Yeah, so I'm not the only one. I love staying home. Like, I don't get a choice, really, because of pain. And, being out is just so painful for long periods of time. But I just love being at home. Yeah, same. Same. Everyone's with me on this one. Like, I might just sit and do this and watch... has anyone watched Supernatural? I love that programme, and I'm on season 10, so like that's my perfect night. Jensen Ackles, cup of tea, and some colouring. Like, I'm in heaven. If I don't see your comments, guys, I'm really sorry. because I haven't got my iPad, which is usually where I read my chat. Yeah, I love Supernatural. And Christy, that's the best way for me. My partner will be home later, so we'll see the new year in. Yeah, I know, Kelly, same. Have you found that with this weather, it's just been so much worse? Like, my pain is just ridiculous when it's like this. I'm just going to move it to the side a little bit because my tripod's like white. I'm just going with white. Yeah, damp weather's no good. And I think if you've got arthritic pain, it just is 10 times worse, because I have arthritis in my spine as well, because of the injury from years ago. And it just makes it 100 times worse, doesn't it, this weather? Hi, Candice. How are you? I was saying to the ladies, this is just a very quick stream. Yeah, it does. It's horrible weather. Like, but then I'm really terrible. Like, I moan so much when I'm like burning hot. But then, like, there's a happy medium, isn't there? And it's nice having that happy medium somewhere. So yeah, with my skin, I always just buff everything in. This is only on Caucasian skin, not with, obviously, not with Caribbean skin or anything like that, or Asian, or... But with Caucasian skin, I always buff in with white, because you can always go over with Prismas. And I very, very yet rarely use any other medium apart from Prismacolors for faces now, just because you can layer so much. You can, of course, you can do it with polychromos or luminance or other pencils, but I just find that Prismacolors are a lot more forgiving because you can keep layering. So I'm sorry, guys, I'm just trowed off then. I'm going to go back in with, there's another, I'm adding in now peach. I'm just going to add in just a little bit from the edges in, just to bring in a little bit more of colour, because it's sometimes when you put the white, although it blends it all together, it also sort of dulls it down a little bit. Is the screen clear on all your pictures? I'm just making sure. If might be my screen might be a little bit blurry. Okay. Fantastic. So I'm just going over with peach now. I've just added in peach. It's going to be a bit darker on these areas because there's a lot of shadow going on. Can half of you work out what is in this, apart from obviously the roses and the bird, but all these vines? It's hard to make out where things start and things end. Like, I was sitting there earlier thinking, I'm setting myself up here for a heck of a challenge. Yeah, I thought there's some feathers, and then like there's all these sort of long, I'll move the camera a little bit. There's all these other bits. You've got the feathers here, and then you've got all these like vines and gosh knows. It's like a maze, it is. I'm going to be working it out as I colour it. But I'm looking forward to this one because I absolutely love Nick's work. His work is amazing. Right, so I'm going to leave the face for a second, move on to the neck, because I haven't done a neck in a video yet. So we've got Nectar. It's going to be very dark initially under her neck, I should imagine. I'm guessing that's her neck there. And I should imagine it will be underneath those bits. And then it should be under that bit as well. Ah, Christy, I'm working my way up to season 13. We're a little bit behind here in the UK. Season 13 is coming on telly. So season 12 is the last one we had on DVD, and I get them on DVD so I can like binge watch. I love binge watching them. And so I'm on season 10 at the moment, but he's always been my crush, Mr. Jensen Ackles. I just love them. Did you see that Jensen Ackles had his wife on the set as well the other night? They said that she's been filming. So as well as Genevieve, Jared's wife, being in it, you've now got Jensen Ackles' wife, Danielle. I thought it was really cool. I love it when things like that happen. Zoe, it's amazing. And Jensen Ackles, if there's one reason to watch it, it is Jensen. That man is, oh my goodness. Is that my TV husband? It's so good. I love Dean. Jensen Ackles is just amazing. Like, I've watched him in nearly everything that he's ever done. And when he took on Dean Winchester, I was hooked. Oh, eye candy's not the word. Look him up. He's amazing. They both are, actually, but him. Right. That was Light Peach. Now we're going to go with Henna. Yep. I love Castiel, and yeah, I didn't like him at first. Did you, Anthony? I mean, I was a little bit, not sure when he first came into it as the angel. And then in season 4 he came in, didn't he? And then I just got so into it. And then he would be really missed if he wasn't in the show now. Thanks, Candice. So I'm just going with Henna on this part. He is funny. Do you remember when he was Steve in the shop, when he couldn't remember that he was an angel? I loved that as well. I got these they're beside me for Christmas. Has anyone watched Harry Potter? I got Luna Lovegood. Oh, isn't she amazing? She's so amazing. Like, I love Harry Potter, so like she's sitting beside me. I'm 30. I don't grow up ever. Like, yeah, I'm going backwards. Seriously, I'm going backwards in my age. No, one of my passions. I love Harry Potter. I'm rereading the books at the moment, Michelle. I've just read the first one, The Philosopher's Stone, or The Sorcerer's Stone, I think it is, for people in the US. I wonder why they did 2 names. Yeah, he's funny, Anthony. Okay, right, let me grab. So we're getting there with the face. That's true, and I feel about 10, so my body doesn't. My body feels 90, and my mind feels young. Right, I'm grabbing my espresso again. I'm going now with my shadows. There's nothing wrong with that, Candice. I used to like them. I think everyone's got something that they like. I don't think you're too old. I love the pop vinyls as well. I got quite a few of them. I got the Nightmare Before Christmas ones, and the Supernatural ones are my favourites. Yeah, same, Kelly. Honestly, some days I feel like a very old lady when I can't get out, like up off the chair or something, and I'm like, oh, my back. And then I'm sitting there watching like animation and stuff. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. What's your name, Cuddle Girl? Sorry, I missed that. It went off my screen. I am using, I'll put them all out for you. I did go from the beginning, if you watch after this, to show you what I've been using. So I've been using light peach, white, nectar, peach, black, and espresso. Oh, and, sorry, I nearly dropped the camera then, and henna. So at the moment, I'm picking out all my shadows with the espresso underneath the neck. And then I'll go back over to make sure it's okay. Same, Zoe. Get yourself one. Get, like, whatever's your most favourite thing. And if they have a Funko Pop in them, just get it. And sit it on your desk when you're colouring. I just have them, like, on my TV table. I've got Supernatural. Cheryl. Sorry, Cheryl. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, as I said, I've put all the colours out. I've been using that and layering that. I've gone through what I've done. And I'm going through what I'm doing at the moment each time I pick a pencil up. So hopefully, you know, it's easy enough to follow. Get them. I say life's quite short, so if there's something you want, if you can get it, get it. You're not hurting anyone by getting them, are you? So... Right, so I've picked out, I'm just going to move my camera a minute because I've got to wedge it between my stomach and the table. So I've picked out the majority of where I want my shadows to be with the espresso. Yeah, blame it on me, Zoe, I don't mind. I really don't. Today my throat is so bad, like I sound like like really, really terrible. I'm sorry. Oh, Candace, when do they come? I'm so excited for you. When I saw that you did that, I was like, oh my goodness. I can't wait. I'm just grabbing my henna back, just going over where I put the espresso. You got whole beans as well. I'm so jealous. The only ones I've got beside me here is the pastel set. I haven't got any others, and my partner got these for me like a year and a half ago. And I mean, I haven't used them much, just a little bit. So, and I love them. I love them. So these are the only ones that I've got, and I really do want to save for the huge set, but they'll have to do me for now. I've had them a long time now. I got them, as I said, about a year and a half ago. Andrew bought them for me. He surprised me with them and brought them upstairs, and I was like, oh, I was so happy. He's got me another set of pencils coming, bless him. Not a big set or anything, just because we couldn't this year, we couldn't get presents for each other for Christmas. So we agreed to wait till January, but then he saw something and he said, oh, I want to get you some. And he calls pencils crayons. He's like, I'll get you your crayons. And I'm like, Andrew, they're pencils. He's like, no, crayons. I'm like, no, Andrew, they're pencils. So he winds me up now. And I've got a friend of mine whose husband does the same thing. And yeah, they wind us up by calling them crayons. So I'm grabbing my peach and just going over the area a little bit. Hi, Desiree. He is. He's a good guy. Hiya. Hi, Tatty. I know, isn't the book great, Melissa? I love it. I've only done one from this book. I think I showed it on camera. I quickly just detour for 2 seconds. But the only one I have done was the oh my goodness, I can't get it all in shot, was this one here. And I enjoyed that one. And I did that a while ago, but I put it on the back burner for a long time, like a long time. And I went back to her, and I'm glad I did, because, yeah, I hate leaving my work in progress. And I'd seem to do that a lot at the moment. Right, let's move my camera again. I'm moving all over the table here. So, where was I? I was on peach, wasn't I? So I'm on peach. And I'm just going over a little bit, because we want the neck a bit darker than the face, because it's got more of a shadow on it. Now going back with my light peach. Don't worry about getting like a little bit on your things, because you can get them off with a rubber or an eraser or whatever. It doesn't matter. Has anybody got any like new releases for Christmas? My father-in-law, he was so sweet. He got me the Jane Davenport. Like, he gave me the money, and then I got the Jane Davenport and the Forest Girls. Have you seen that Forest Girls book? That is amazing. The Korean book. Oh, I can't wait. That's in the post. So that should be joining me soon. I call him my father-in-law. Me and Andrew are not married, but we're like married. We've been together 13 years. So he's like my father-in-law. But the Forest Girls one, I'm so excited to get. Right, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I'm going to grab black now, because I'm going to go in with shadows properly. I'm just doing this ever so lightly, because I'll buff it back in with nectar. Just do it in like circular motions. Oh, go for it, Anthony. I'm like, I used to be scared of everything. I was saying, it stopped me from colouring a lot of stuff. But now I just think it will turn. I like my one last night, I'm so unhappy with. I'll show you at the end, guys. I spent so many hours on it, and I was so disheartened because I didn't like how it turned out at all. And yeah, I mean, that's just how it is, isn't it? Some you like, some you don't. And unfortunately, after spending like 3 days, I was so annoyed with myself. Didn't like it. I was so annoyed. But then I thought, you know what? Move on. Oh, I'm scared of backgrounds as well, Candice. Backgrounds and animals. Animals are another one that I just cannot do. Is anyone else with me? Fur. Fur is so hard for me. Oh, the Colouring Heaven magazines. Is that the one? I quite like them. Like, not all of them. I know Fur Posy, Fur. I just cannot do it. My fur looks like someone needs to like brush them out. Yeah, Melissa, that's what I can't get. It's the direction of the hairs. Enchantments, Candice. Someone posted one from there. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, same, Anthony. You should see my one. My cat, I did a cat, black cat, and it looked like it needed, someone needed to chop its fur off. Oh, okay. I need to have a look in there. Did you post it? Right, so I've kind of gone slightly dark. If I come back a bit, you can kind of see I've gone a bit darker underneath. And I don't know whether or not I want to go in a little bit more with the skin tone. But I think for now, that's more or less done. I just think I might go over with peach just a little bit more, just to blend it in a bit. This is just peach. Hi, Linda. Oh, special backpack. I just got a lovely Harry Potter bag from a friend that I'm going to put stuff in, I think, because my cupboard's been taken over by colouring stuff. I'm just blending that in a little bit because I feel like she's a bit washed out. And I just need to put some black, and then I'm pretty much done on her skin tone. Go and get your coffee. I've got my tea, my giant size tea. I haven't drank much though, it's probably gone cold by now. Okay, so I'm going to grab my black now, and I'm just going to pick out just a little bit more and then finish her up on the face. And then I'll do the lips, which I think I'm just going to go for a natural look. Hi guys, coming in. Eggnog coffee. Is it flavoured, or have you made that? Is it like a flavoured coffee? Do you know what I was saying before, and I genuinely have never tried eggnog. It's not something really we have here in the UK as much as the US. I've never had eggnog, no. I'm really, really bad with like trying things. Hi, is it Marcella? I don't want to say that wrong. It sounds and looks delicious, and quite a few times I've gone to like a Christmas market and they've had them there, and I've been very, very, very tempted to try some. Okay, I don't know whether or not I'm finished with her on the face, or move on to the lips. I think I just want to add in a little bit more shadow. I don't want to overdo it though, because I can really like muck it up. This is from Serene. Hi Grace, it's so nice to have you here. I've just been doing the face, Grace. I figured, why not? I'm sitting here, I might as well. This is just henna, just because I don't want to make her chin look like she's got dirt, because I'm going to look like a dirty chin. No, did it cost that much? Mind you, it cost us quite a lot when we got it at the time. We got it when he printed it out the first time. And I think with shipping and everything, it was like, in English, I think it was like £23, which is quite a lot for a book. But then I've paid more, so it is quite a lot of money. But you'll love it, Grace. But that's mad money. I mean, I love the artists, but I don't like sometimes the greed. And I found that price, you know, we are just colorists, and we do it as a hobby. And I think sometimes the prices could be lowered a little bit, because it's line art. It's not like an original painting. It is line art. And, you know, I am a little bit... I do get a little bit upset and discouraged when some of the books are like silly money, because, yeah, you know, we're just colorists, and a lot of us are either disabled or, you know, can't work because of disabilities or health conditions. And I think it's a lot of money for, like, you know, the shipping doesn't cost that much when originally, and then all of a sudden they've skyrocketed up to like, you know, $30, and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I was saying, Candace, but, you know, right, for instance, there's a new book out. it's $21 for the book and $35 for the shipping. Where is the justification in $35 shipping for a $21 book? It's not fair, you know. A lot of us, as I said, we have like either a health condition or something, and we don't have a bunch of money. I know. You know, when you do have like a health condition or something, and you know, living is hard to start because let's face it, living expenses, mortgage, you know, bills, it's hard. And then, you know, when you're paying like £50 for overall with shipping and 2 books or something, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And you don't hear me moan much. I very rarely moan about anything actually. But I've noticed that the charges are going higher and higher and higher. And yeah. See you later, Michelle. Thanks for coming. Candice, I'm in a relationship with Amazon too. I'm just going over with nectar. And I've also grabbed, I'm going to be going very shortly, but I'll do the lips first. I've grabbed raspberry. I couldn't find the which way. I've grabbed raspberry. I'm just going to go over. Sorry if I go quiet a moment. I'm just concentrating on where I'm going. Haven't even got a cook tonight, which is a big bonus. We can take away. I will, Candice. At the very end, I'll go and grab my calendar, which I messed up on. Yeah, same, Grace, because it's just line art. You know, that's the thing. And with your pencils, like, they'll last a long time. And yeah, it depends on the make, isn't it? Like, I am more than happy to spend that on, like, Caran d'Ache, because I absolutely love their stuff. Okay, so that was with raspberry. Now I'm getting my espresso. So I'm just going to go in the darker, where it might be darker on her lips. Hi, Beth. Beth had her lovely giveaway prize delivered the other day. I was so happy to see that. That made me smile so much, like, to know that that arrived, because I always get a little bit scared. Oh, well, Zoe, you bought your 150 set. I bet you can't wait. Is that coming from America as well? Hey! What one are you doing, like, a really complicated one? Because I looked in the Mermaids book, Beth, and some of them are really hard. I was like, oh. Has anyone got the Museum Aquarels from Caran d'Ache, the museums? Oh, okay, I know which one you're on about, Beth, yeah. So, sorry, I was just using espresso just to darken the shadow up on her lip a little bit. Which ones did you get, Grace? Did you get the full set? Or did you get, like, one of the smaller ones? Is this you on about the museums? I'm just making sure that I've not gone off topic here. Oh, I can't wait for your package, Candice. I'm so excited for you. When I see anyone get those, I'm like, oh. Yeah, the museums are beautiful, aren't they? I haven't got them. No, really? Oh, see, that really gets me. Have you noticed, Zoe? Like, I got my ones off of Amazon US, and they arrive within 2 or 3 days. I was so impressed. And then when you get anything from Amazon UK like that, it takes weeks. Oh, I'm so jealous, Grace. You got the museums. They look lush. They look gorgeous. Okay. So that was the raspberry and the espresso on her lips. I'm just going to go in a little bit with I need to sharpen my pencil. Hold on. I haven't tried the Derwent Water ones. The Supras are lovely. Have you got them, Anthony? Sorry, I'm just shaking the camera just a second. As I said, I'm holding the tripod at the same time. Oh no, well, hopefully they'll be worth it when they come. And I would complain. You might get some sort of compensation. We'll start again. Compensation, Zoe, if you moan a lot. Sometimes it's good to moan. Oh, I am jealous. I love them, Anthony. They've got some amazing colours in them. Right, I'm just going to go now on my lips. This is light peach, and I'm just going to blend in a little bit, add my highlights, and then I think I'm done on her face for now. This is light peach. I've used raspberry, I've used henna, I've used espresso, and now I'm just going with light peach a little bit just to blend it in. Good for you, Anthony. I like, you know, it's nice that you enjoy a hobby. Okay, now I'm going to just quickly grab, I think I've lightened that up a bit too much. This is just the espresso again. My favourite sharpener is the M&R one. Yeah, Candice, you've got like the creme de la creme of pencils there. You know, like when you have a dessert and then you got like the cherry on top. Well, the Holbeins are the cherries on top. Okay, I think that's done. Right, I'm going to grab, I'll just smudge it in a little bit. Oh, the Lumis are lovely. I still haven't completed my set of luminants. Right, I've just got the Uniball Signo. I don't leave it like this. I smudge it in a little bit just to lighten it up, because otherwise it's too overpowering of. I'm still half and half over the, I'm not done her lips yet, over the Tomislav Tomic new one, because, I don't know, I just think that it's quite, you know, there's like not as many pages, is there? There's like 40 odd pages. I probably will get it eventually, know me. I say I don't want something and then I see it and then I'm like, okay, I need it. Okay, I think that is more or less done with her on her skin. I'll go and get my one that I did yesterday that I'm not happy with to show you. And then I'm going to end this live stream very soon. Desiree, I think there's a link on the group for it. Not on the Reading Pugs group, the Tomislav group. It won't be a second, guys. I'm just going to go and grab... I've got to just leave my tripod there. I'm just going to go and grab my picture from yesterday. It's 2 seconds. Right, I'm back. I have to sit my bottom down. Right, this is what I did yesterday. And it just looks scary because these are meant to be rosebuds. And yeah, you know, I just wasn't happy with it. The only thing I was happy with was the bird. But, yeah, that was what I did. And then I added in with a stencil this rose. Look, you see, Happy New Year, Grandad birthday. I added in a stenciled rose. That wasn't there, and I added that in, which is okay, but wasn't happy with that at all because it looks scary. I mean, look at the eyes. The eyes are scary, like really scary. So I wasn't extremely happy with that. But the next one that is on the calendar for February is this picture, which is like the figure of 8, and it's got lots of different stuff in it. So yeah, I will move on to this one. I think I'm going to do this one with watercolours. So yeah, we'll get there. But this is my next goal. What did you want me to do? Sorry, her ear. Did someone say her ear? I know I've missed her ear out, but do you want me to quickly do that now then? While I'm on here. The calendar is by Kelly O'Gorman and she's on Etsy. So if you go onto Etsy and go onto Kelly O'Gorman, she has got her calendar on there and it's amazing. Okay, so shall I just quickly do her ear? Her ear will probably take me 5-10 minutes at most. And then that should leave me into like an hour streaming and then that's it. Oh, neither did I until someone pointed it out, but it's here. Right, okay, let's do the ear. Okay, so I'm going now with my light peach. Her ear's quite shaded and dark here, so it shouldn't be as hard because the one thing with Nick in his pictures is that although they're not grayscale, he does put in a lot of like lines to kind of give you an indication where shadows might be. So he does help you along a little bit, which is really nice and really helpful. Hold on a minute. Would you guys say that this part here is... I have no idea what that part is. That can't be a neck because that would be a very thick neck for someone unless it is her neck. What would you think that part is? This part here. Here. I'm going to leave that for now. I know, I'm not sure. Do you say it's hair or neck? I'd say neck. So do I, Anthony. I'm really rubbish with grayscale. Would you say neck? Yeah, I think neck. Or maybe it is neck. Okay, well, it's neck now. I'm making it into neck. Let's make it some neck. Does that look right to you? Oh, well, it's the neck now. Even if it wasn't the neck, it's the neck. Okay, so we're going to grab nectar. We're on nectar. Oh no, her neck looks big. It must be neck. It doesn't look like anything else, does it? Okay. So... I think it is her neck because look, that's hair and you can always bring the hair down a little bit when you colour it in, so... yeah, okay. That's what I said, this one is going to be one of those pictures that you're going to work out what everything is as you colour it because, like Candace said, it's like a maze. People, and that's the one thing I've noticed in the colouring community is everyone is so lovely. You get the odd one, but you can't do anything about them, can you? So they don't get the time. Most people are lovely. Okay, now I'm going to get my henna. Going back with my henna. is going to be quite a dark part by the looks of things. Oh, that's true, Candace, completely. I know, yeah, it is fun, I suppose, but it is very confusing. Like, I get really confused on what parts are on this one. It's going to be real fun, and I haven't got a colour scheme in mind or anything. So I am more or less just thinking this up as I go along. Like, it's, you know, like sometimes I have a colour palette picked out. I haven't at all. I have no idea where I'm going with this picture. None. So it'll be fun with you guys to work out where I'm going with it and what's what. That's going to be the biggest one, is working out where I'm going. It kind of forces you then, Anthony, to buy the full sets again, doesn't it? Yeah, I've got no idea, Tatty. None. I don't know where I'm going with this at all. I'm just making it up as I go along here. The only thing that I'm okay with is skin. Like, I know what colours to pick out for skin, but I have no idea where I'm going with the rest of it. Okay, I've now got my espresso again. I love the espresso colour because it's so good for shadows. It is, instead of like drowning your picture out with a load of like, you know, smudges or anything, the espresso is so easily blendable. Thanks, Anthony. Is there anything in particular? It's good to ask because you guys are like probably one of my like most loyal watchers, which is really nice. Is there anything in particular that you want me to like live stream, like when I colour, or videos or anything? I would say they're apples. I don't know, Elizabeth. I'd say apples. I was going to colour them as apples. Yes, I'm a massive Game of Thrones fan. Thanks, Christy. Yeah, just do it. But is there any like water medium? Okay. Oh, do you know, on my next one I was going to do watercolours, so I could do that. I know, did you see it's going to be 2019, Grace? And it could be like mid 2019. Yeah, I do watercolours. It's a learning curve for me, and then with the pencils on top. I was going to get myself one of those heat guns so that we could do it all in one video. Thank you. Yeah, I've not used them properly yet, Desiree. I use them mixed in with other things. Oh, Grace, I'm not even going to look into it. I'm going to just wait until it comes on and then enjoy it for what it is, because I really want to be like shocked. Yeah, I think heat gun's the way forward. I really do, because then you don't have to wait for things to dry. You can dry them quickly and then get going with it, can't you? Especially on like a stream. So, right, I'm going back in with my light peach just to blend in a little bit. I know, wasn't it? I actually screamed at my TV. Like, I screamed at my telly, and my partner was just like, what is going on? Because he doesn't watch it. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe it. And he said, what? And I was like, they can't end it like that. I was like, now we got to wait so long. Gemstones, Beth, they are the bane of my life. I can do them, but I don't like doing them. I will do them though. I just don't like doing crystals. But they're in a lot of pictures now, aren't they? A lot of pictures. Right, we're going back in, guys, with espresso. Let me move. I'm just going to move this a little bit. Just bear with me because I've got a... That's better. No, I liked it because if you think about it, it goes full circle. So you've got the song of like ice and fire. One dragon is fire and one dragon is ice. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so clever. Yeah, and yet I think Hannah Carlson's my favourite artist. But her new book that's coming out is going to be just, well, it's in the title, isn't it? It's all going to be gems. And I'm not happy about that. So I don't know if I did say it. If I didn't say it, I'm really sorry. I'm going back in with espresso. And I'm just going back in with shadow a little bit. And then I'm nearly done. I didn't read the books. Cheryl, I didn't read them, but I did watch the things twice over. I think I've watched them 3 times, actually, the seasons. And have you noticed when you rewatch the seasons, you take in a lot more information second time round than you did on the first time? Because the first time you're trying to learn all the names, and then you're trying to learn all the people and the, you know, the kingdoms and the places. And then when you learn that the first time round, when you watch it the second time round, it's a lot easier to absorb the information. I've never watched that one. Is that is it, Tatty, is that a series to watch or read? I like Once Upon a Time, Desiree, but I've got to catch up. I've only watched seasons 1 and 2, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. I love Hook. Hook was my favourite in that, and I only got to season 2. Is it, Elizabeth, is it A Song of Ice and Fire, the first book? I can't remember. I've only read the first book. I know, isn't he handsome? He's lovely. When he came into it, I was like, oh, I like him. Yeah, I thought it was A Song of Ice and Fire. Thanks, Tatty. I was pretty sure it was that. Okay, does that look dark enough? It's really hard. You have to sit back and look, don't you? Okay, now one more and then I'm done. I'm done. Guyliner. Oh, does she? I love Regina as well. Oh, that's the funny one, yeah, because he's got eyeliner on. I never knew that. That's made me laugh. That's a good one, Guyliner. I like the guy that plays Rumpelstiltskin as well. He's fun. I can't remember his name. Robert Carlyle, I think his name is. Can't remember. So, yeah, I'm just going over with Peach just to blend it in a little bit. Okay. Now, black, and I'm done. This is just for the inside the ear a little bit. I don't think I've missed any other thing on her face, have I? Oh, and I've got to go over her nostril and her eyebrow, which I need a really sharp point for. Sorry when I go quiet, it's just because I'm not looking at the screen for a second, but I know you all talk to each other. Oh no, thanks for joining me. I didn't announce it anywhere, I just thought, let me just come on. Yeah, do you want me to recap them, Cheryl, of what I've used, or you're alright at the end? Do you want me to just recap all the colours I've used? So I can go over it right at the end, just on what I've done. Okay, so we just, it goes straight onto my channel, so you can watch it again. Okay, I'll recap on what they are. I'm just going over her eyebrows a little bit. I'm just doing this with black, just like you would with natural eyebrows. This is just to darken up the areas that obviously on our own faces would be a bit darker. Just a nostril. Okay, and that's that. Right, I'll go through what I've used. I've got quite a little array here. Okay, so we have started with layering with light peach. Light peach is probably your biggest, most used pencil. Like, it's the most important one for my skin. So we've got light peach, and then your shadows initially, which you pick out all around the edging, is with henna and nectar. But you start off with nectar, you go back with henna. Then you layer over the top with that with espresso. So you've got espresso there. And then you buff in after you've layered over the top with your light peach with white. You go back in if you want to, and you need peach. And then for her lips, I've used raspberry, henna and espresso. And this is optional. I haven't used it in my stream, so I won't use. But you can, if you haven't got nectar, you can use rosy beige. And rosy beige has kind of the same effect as that. And then for your darkest shadows, for picking out everything, you use black. And then any white gel pen, smudge it in a bit for some highlights. And that's what I've kind of ended up with. It's not perfect, but it's just how I colour. So I hope that helps someone. Because I like to learn from people. And yeah, so that's the colours. If you go over them, it's light peach, henna, nectar, espresso, white, peach, raspberry for the lips, and black. And that's it. So thanks for joining me. And I'm so happy that I decided to do this, because I wasn't going to initially, but I thought, no, let's do it. Let's do it. So thanks for joining me, and I hope that you all have an amazing New Year. So Happy New Year for midnight, everyone. And take care of yourselves. And yeah, I'll speak to you all as I usually do over on the group. So bye.